Good morning, Tehmina Khan is here in TKMaths is Fun. In today's video, we will see the concept of coordinate geometry. So let's start with question number 1. Basically, this is a series of revision of topics of year 10 and 9, right? So this is basically taught in year 10. So with the help of 4 questions, we will see overall what is coordinate geometry is all about. In some syllabus, it is mentioned as a straight line, and in some it is mentioned as a coordinate geometry. So question number 1 for this topic, if the point which are given here in red lie on a straight line, find the value of k. So what comes in your mind? When we are talking about a straight line and points are on it, so what is common about them, what is same about them? They all have between them, gradient is same. So you will apply here straight away the formula for the gradient between 2 points and put them equal to each other. So this is your formula for gradient. Okay, so I will apply them between these 2 points here. Okay, and then between any other, either you make this pair with this one or with the first one, your choice. So suppose I am taking this and this. It is your choice which pairs you want to make, but minus 3k you must have to take because this is the value you have to find out. So now the gradient is same, so I will apply the gradient formula here. 3 minus 5 divided by 0 minus 2. Remember, you are taking this as a first digit y2 in your formula, so you will take 0 as a first value in the denominator, is equals to, now here suppose I am taking k minus 3 divided by minus 3 minus 0. It is your choice, right? Now simplify them. It is an equation and solve it. 3 plus 5 is 8. 8 over minus 2. K minus 3, which is minus 3. You know now why I have put equals to here? Because the points are on the straight line. So that's why gradient between any pair of lines should be equal. It should be same. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 4 is 8. So it is minus 4 equals to k minus 3 upon minus 3, and then in normal language we call it cross multiplication. So it will become what? Minus 12. Minus 4 times minus 3 is minus 12, and I'm bringing this 3 to this side. Okay, let me do it in the next step, otherwise one person may get confused. So minus 12 plus 3 is what? Minus 12 plus 3 is minus 9. So the value of k is minus 9. Okay. Next question is, the straight line mx equals to 5y plus 4 has the same gradient. Now this is something important here to know, that these two lines which are given to you here have the same gradient. Now what is the mistake made by students here? They just pick up the coefficient of x and put it equals to each other, because what they remember that in the equation of the line, the gradient of x is the coefficient of x is the gradient. This is what they remember. So straight away they just pick up the coefficient of x in red equation is m and in blue equation is 7. So they say m is equals to 7. But you know what is the problem here? What is the mistake here? The mistake here is you have to bring equation of the line in a general form, which is y is equals to mx plus c, the green one I have written here. So y is equals to mx plus c, the coefficient of y has to be 1, which is not the case in the given equations red and blue. So you need to rearrange it first of all. Okay, so for example, for the red one I'm doing here, mx is equals to 5y plus 4. I have to bring it in a general form, which is y is equals to mx plus c in this form. So 5y, and I'm bringing 4 to this side. It will become mx minus 4. After that I will divide by 5. So it will be m over 5x minus 4 over 5. Now the coefficient of y is 1. So you can say the gradient of this line is m over 5. Let's do the same thing with the other equation. So 7x plus 6y plus 5. I'm trying to change it also into the same form. So I will divide it by 6 now. So what is the gradient of this blue line? Minus 7 over 6. Now the two lines are in a general form, which is y is equals to mx plus c. Now I can equate their coefficient of x, which are the gradient basically. So I can say m over 5 is equals to minus 7 over 6. And now it will become m equals to minus 7 5s are 35 upon 6. So this is the value of m. You can write it in any form because nothing is specified in the question. So this is how you will find the value of m. Okay. Now let's see this question. The line which is in red given to you cutting the x-axis and y-axis at point h and k. So basically this line, I'm just making rough sketch here. I don't know where it is passing through, just to make you understand. Suppose this is the line. Okay, so these are the points which I have to find out. X-axis is h and y-axis is k. Someone among you might be thinking why I have drawn the direction of line this way, why not this way? It is not part of the question, but I'm just telling you. Do you know the reason? You know, when the gradient is positive, the line is like this. When the gradient is negative, the line is like this. And I just looked at it. I said 5x plus 7y is equals to 35. If I take 5x to the other side, so it will become minus 5x, right? And coefficient of x will become negative. So that's why I have drawn the line in this direction. This is just an extra information to build your logic or to give you better understanding of the concept. Otherwise, without it also we can solve it. Anyway, so x-axis is passing through, the point h is on the x-axis and point k is on the y-axis. So I have to find out this point. So what do you know about it? How will you do that? What is the concept you will apply behind it? Basically, when the point is on the x-axis, the general point is x comma 0. Why? Because on the x-axis, your y coordinate is 0 on the line, right? And on the y-axis, what is 0? X coordinate, right? So your x is equals to 0. Because if I want to write it here, I will write like this, the point. So this is what you have to remember, that on the x-axis, y coordinate is 0. And on the y-axis, x coordinate is 0. Now in this equation of the line, I will plug in the values. So for example, in this equation which is given to me, y I will replace by 0. Okay, so it will become 5x is equals to 35 because 7 times 0 is 0. So what it will be? 7. 5 7s are 35. So the point, x-axis point was what? H. So you can write h is 7 comma 0. Right. Similarly for the y-axis, what will I do? I will put x0. So it is 5 times 0 plus 7y is equals to 35. 5 times 0 is 0. So just a minute, sorry. So it will be 7y equals to 35. You can do this mentally. I'm just doing extra step to explain it because some people at times cannot make connection. So your point K is now 0 comma 5. Now this question can be made little complicated. You can be asked to find out the midpoint between them, right? So do you remember the formula for the midpoint? What is the formula for the midpoint? Formula for the midpoint is x1 plus x2 divided by 2 comma y1 plus y2 divided by 2. Now I'm just giving you little extra information here that how questions can be made little more complicated, right? So now your x coordinate of h and k are 7 plus 0 and y coordinates are 0 and 5. So add them and divide it by 2. So your midpoint will be 7 over 2 comma 5 over 2. Now one more thing, I'm just making concepts or building up your concepts here. So suppose I add up a question here and I say, find out the y coordinate. Okay, I'm writing the same equation here. Let me write here. If you will understand these basic concepts, you can solve any type of question here. 5x plus 7y equals to 35. Now suppose I'm making up a question and I say, find out the y coordinate of this line if the x coordinate is 1. Okay, just saying. If the x coordinate of the point P is 1, what is the y coordinate of it? What will you do? Very simple. You will just plug in x in the equation of this line. Because if the point is on the line, then you can plug in the value straight away. Make sense? So now it is what? The point y is 30 divided by 7. So that coordinate P will be 1 comma 30 over 7. Okay. So now the last question of this video. A line is perpendicular to this line, which is given in blue, and passing through the point. You have to find the equation of the line. So if I want to make you visualize this situation, what I'm talking about here, there is a line. Let me write the same color so that you can relate it. So which is given to you in purple line, this is your line. And what you have to find is basically line which is passing through point -1 and 4 and is perpendicular to this. I don't know where. Let me draw it here just roughly. Okay. And it is passing through this point -1 comma 4. So you have to find the equation of this green line basically. Sorry. So what comes in your mind? How will you find the equation of the green line? We know that the equation of the line we can find if we have a point and we have a gradient. Point is I have -1 comma 4. But how will I find the gradient? To find the gradient, I know when the lines are perpendicular. If I know the gradient of the purple line, I can just inverse it with opposite sign and I will get the gradient of the green line. But the form it is given in purple is not very helpful. So I need to change it first of all into which form? Into this general form. So that I can get what? Gradient of the purple line. Okay. So if gradient of the purple line is m, then the gradient of the green line will be -1 over m. You know the relation. If the question was here parallel, for example, then these two lines will have the same gradient. This will have m, this will have m. But right now question is saying perpendicular, so the gradient of green line will be -1 over m. So let's find out the gradient of this purple line first of all. Okay. So -y over 2 minus x over 5. What comes in your mind? How will you change it into this form? You will take the LCM. Right? So LCM of 5 and 2 is 10. So you will multiply this side by 5. I'm writing it here. You can do it mentally also, right? So it will become 5y minus 2x is equals to 1, which is 5y minus 2x equals to 10. I have to bring it into this form. So it is 5y equals to 2x plus 10, which is y is equals to 2 over 5x plus 10 over 5. So what is my gradient? 2 over 5 of this purple line. So for the, if question was saying parallel line, then you will use same gradient. But right now my question is saying the line I have to find is perpendicular to this line. So for the perpendicular line, which is written by this symbol if you want, or you can write in words, it will be -5 over 2. So now I have the gradient of my, sorry, let me take it in green. So now I know the gradient of my green line, which is -5 over 2. And I know the point it is passing through, which is what? -1 comma 4. So now I can easily find out the equation of this green line. I just have to find out the point C. So gradient is minus 5 over 2. And in place of x and y, I will write the coordinates of the point which are given to me. Okay. So it is 4 equals to minus 5 times minus 1 is 5. You can take it to the other side. So your C will be what? The gradient here is, sorry, denominator is 1 here, so I'm multiplying it by 2. Okay. So my C is 3 upon 2. So finally, my equation of the line will be y is equals to minus 5 over 2x plus, 3 over 2. If you want to leave it in this form, you can. And if you want to leave it in this form, you can. So this is how you will find the equation of the line you have to find out. So thank you very much for watching this video. Please press like and subscribe and share it with your friends. Take care. Allah Hafiz.